Hello paper crafters, I'm Sunny Sky and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US. And today we're going to make this pull-out fun fold card. And it really features a lot of the papers that are in the Animal Expedition Designer Series paper. So, let me just show you these dimensions we're using. Please pause and write these down. These are all the sizes of cardstock we're going to need. You're going to need 1/4 sheet, and this is in Lemon Lime Twist, and that goes behind this card here. Okay, and then we're also going to have a sheet of basic gray, and that will be folded and cut in these arrangements here. Okay, so that's the basic gray, and then all the colors that are going to go on the top. So these are all the different sheets, and you could switch these up and use the opposite sides if you wanted, but I did try and make it easy for you by making the left and right side the same dimensions. These 3 columns are all 2 1/8. This is the only column that's wider, the 2 7/8. So let me show you about scoring these. You'll see on this diagram here that we're going to be scoring our full card. Now I've already done some of this for us. This is at 5 1/4. We've scored the whole height of the card. Let me pull this down so you can see it. The whole height of the card at 5 1/4. And then we've cut from 1 1/2 inches in, from the 3 inches in, 1 1/2 inches up, over to 7 1/2 inches. That's on your diagram. And then the other scores, we're going to score just a portion of this. So let me remove my marker here. So on the left side, you're scoring down to where you've already cut. And on the right side, you're scoring up from where you've cut. I'm going to flip it because it makes it easier to make sure I'm right in the groove. Okay? So you could get your ruler and come down from here and then start scoring there. It doesn't really matter that my score is backwards there. So that's kind of the tricky part, is that we are scoring just the top on the left to that cut line and just the bottom on the right to that cut line. And now comes the fun part. So I cut paper for several of these cards at the same time. And with this larger dimension, some of them the images don't end up exactly in the same spot each time. So you kind of have to watch it if you're using a larger pattern. The other thing that you can definitely do is stamp any of these panels. And you'll see I have like my practice pile here, where I just put all the pieces of cardstock or designer series paper exactly how I'm going to want them. Now this one I'm going to stamp, so I'm just going to wait to adhere that one. I'm going to put all the other layers down first, and then I'll come back and take care of stamping that layer. Now I just like this designer series paper, but I don't have the stamp set, so I needed a greeting for this card, and I found it in the Waterfront stamp set. So that's the greeting we're using today. Unrelated, but it fit in the little space I had. And so now when you fold this, you're going to make sure that you bring the top part back and the bottom part forward, and you'll see that it'll naturally want to fold in those directions. You see that? And then when you go to line it up on your 1/4 sheet of cardstock that's on the back, you want to make sure that you only get adhesive on the part that's going to be attached to that cardstock. See right here, it's not attached. So what I did is flip this over and just put my adhesive along those sections that are going to be on the cardstock. And then I just folded it up so I could get it a nice, good lining up in the center, and this is how it will go in the envelope. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and stamp our greeting. We'll just use some black ink. Friends make the good times better. And I'm going to stamp this over to the right because I have some ribbon that I want to add to this little card. Okay. And the other kind of cool thing is these clear faceted gems. I did a couple with Stampin' blends, and I just colored them, so you can make them any color that you want when you're using the Stampin' blends. And because alcohol markers will work on a non-porous surface, then those, it takes a minute to dry, but then you can put them anywhere you want them. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put my ribbon. I'm going to make a little crossover section of the ribbon and put that on here with a glue dot. But this faceted gem also is already gluey on the back. It's already got glue dot on it. I'm going to do a nice colored one on there, and then shorten up my tails a little bit. I don't really want them sticking too far off the bottom of the card there. So I'll just do that. And I'm going to put the adhesive on the place where that's going to be, because it would be kind of hard to put the adhesive on that little piece of cardstock behind the ribbon. There we go. Isn't that fun? Very fun. Now it is a little tricky to get those folds just so, but just make sure you just pause so you can write down these dimensions, and then you'll get that going. So thanks for joining me today for this fun fold card. And be sure to shop, share, and subscribe, and go have some fun crafting today.